Okay, I have to tell you about the worst job interview of my life. I was 22, fresh out of university, and I walked into this big office feeling very confident. The interviewer sat down, smiled at me, and asked, "So, Justine, tell me about yourself." And I said, "I like music." That was it. I like music. Silence. The interviewer just stared at me.
I like music? That is it? Nothing else?
Nothing else. I completely blanked. Every single thing I had prepared just disappeared from my brain. I did not get the job, shockingly.
I think we have all had a moment like that. Your brain just stops working at exactly the wrong moment.
Well, not after today. Welcome to Daily English Buddy, the podcast that helps you use real English in real life situations. I am your host, Justine, and I now have much better answers to that question.
And I am Alex, and today we are talking about one of the most important English situations you will ever face, the job interview. We are going to teach you how to answer the most common interview questions, how to talk about your experience and skills confidently, how to handle the salary question, and how to ask great questions at the end of the interview, which most people completely forget about.
Before we start, download our free PDF study guide for today's episode. It has all the key phrases, vocabulary, and a quiz. The link is in the pinned comment below this video. Completely free, go grab it. Okay, Alex, let's go to the interview.
Let's go. So you walk into the interview room, you sit down. The interviewer smiles and asks the most common opening question in every English job interview. Tell me about yourself. Justine, what should you actually say?
Not, I like music. The answer to tell me about yourself is not about your personal life. It is a professional summary. Think of it as your 60-second highlight reel. The best structure is present, past, future. First, tell them what you do now. Then where you came from. Then why you are here talking to them.
So, for example, present. I am currently working as a marketing assistant at a small tech company where I manage social media and content creation. Past. Before that, I studied communications at university and completed 2 internships in digital marketing. Future. I am now looking for an opportunity to grow into a more senior role, which is why I am very excited about this position.
Present, past, future. That structure works every single time. And listeners, notice some key phrases there. Currently working as, this tells the interviewer your present situation. Before that, this signals you are moving to your past. Looking for an opportunity to. This is a very natural and professional way to explain why you applied.
And I am excited about this position is so important. Interviewers want to hire people who want the job. Showing enthusiasm, genuine enthusiasm, makes a huge difference. Enthusiastic means you are positive, energetic, and genuinely interested. Use that word about yourself. I am enthusiastic about this role.
And let me give you another full example of the present, past, future structure so you can really hear how it sounds. Imagine you are applying for a customer service role. Present. I am currently working as a receptionist at a busy medical clinic where I handle around 50 patient inquiries every day, both in person and over the phone. Past. Before this role, I completed a 2-year diploma in business administration and worked part-time in retail, which is where I first discovered my passion for helping people. Future. I am now looking to move into a customer service role where I can develop my skills further and make a real impact, which is exactly what attracted me to this position.
Did you notice how that answer had a clear beginning, middle, and end? It told a story. And that is exactly what interviewers want. Not just a list of facts about your life, but a narrative. A narrative means a story with a clear direction. Your career has a direction, and this job is the next step. That is the message you want to send every single time.
Narrative is a great B2 word. It means a story or account of events. In interviews, your narrative is your career story, and the best candidates are the ones who tell that story clearly, confidently, and with genuine enthusiasm. So practice your present, past, future answer until it feels completely natural. Say it in the shower. Say it on your commute. Say it until you could answer it in your sleep.
Now, the second most common interview question, and this one trips up almost every English learner. What are your strengths? Justine, what is the worst way to answer this question?
I am a hard worker. I am a team player. I am very passionate. These answers are so overused that interviewers hear them 50 times a day. They mean absolutely nothing anymore.
Exactly. The key to answering what are your strengths is to be specific and give an example. The magic formula is strength plus evidence. For example, one of my key strengths is communication. In my last role, I was responsible for presenting monthly reports to senior management, which helped me develop clear and confident communication skills.
Strength plus evidence. And notice the phrase, I was responsible for. This is one of the most powerful phrases in interview English. It shows ownership and accountability. Other great phrases for talking about your experience are, I managed, I led, I developed, I implemented. These are strong action verbs that make your experience sound impressive and concrete.
Action verbs. This is so important, listeners. In English interviews, weak candidates say, I did some social media work. Strong candidates say, I managed the company's social media channels and grew the audience by 30% in 6 months. Same experience, completely different impression. Always use strong action verbs.
And here is a list of the best action verbs for your next interview. Managed. You were in charge of something. Led. You guided a team or project. Developed. You created or improved something. Implemented. You put a plan or system into action. Achieved. You reached a goal or result. Collaborated. You worked together with others. These 6 verbs alone will transform how you sound in any interview.
Let me give you 2 more example strength answers so you can really hear the strength plus evidence formula in action. First example, one of my key strengths is problem solving. In my previous role, our team faced a serious deadline crisis when 2 colleagues left unexpectedly. I reorganized the project timeline, redistributed the workload, and we delivered the final report on time and within budget. Notice, strength, then a specific situation, then the result.
And that word result is so important. Interviewers love results. Numbers, percentages, specific outcomes. Instead of saying, I improved our social media presence, say, I grew our Instagram following from 200 to 2,000 in 4 months. Specific numbers make your experience real and credible. Credible means believable and trustworthy.
Second strength example. One of my greatest strengths is adaptability. Adaptability means the ability to adjust quickly to new situations and challenges. In my last job, the company went through a major restructure, and my entire team changed within 3 months. I embraced the changes, learned 3 new software systems, and maintained my performance targets throughout the transition. Embrace the changes is a great phrase. It means you welcomed and accepted something new rather than resisting it.
Adaptability, credible, embraced the changes, transition. These are all powerful B2 interview words that will immediately make you stand out from other candidates. A transition, by the way, means a period of change from one situation to another. Job interviews in English are full of these words, so the more comfortable you are with them, the more confident you will sound.
Now, the question that makes almost everyone uncomfortable. What is your greatest weakness? This feels like a trap, and a lot of people say things like, I work too hard, or I am too much of a perfectionist. Justine, why are these answers so bad?
Because every interviewer has heard them 1,000 times. They are not real weaknesses. They are disguised strengths. And interviewers see through them immediately. It makes you look dishonest.
The honest and smart way to answer this question has 3 parts. Name a real weakness, explain what you are doing about it, and show the progress you have made. For example, one area I am working on is public speaking. I used to find presenting to large groups quite nerve-wracking, so I joined a public speaking club 6 months ago, and I have already presented to groups of over 50 people. I am still developing this skill, but I have made significant progress.
Nerve-wracking is a great B2 phrase. It means something that makes you feel very anxious and stressed. And notice, the answer ends on progress, not on the weakness itself. You show self-awareness and a growth mindset. Growth mindset means you believe you can improve through effort and learning. Interviewers love this.
Now let's talk about one of the most powerful interview questions. Why do you want to work here? This question separates the candidates who did their research from those who did not. The worst answer is, because I need a job. The best answer shows that you know something specific about the company and genuinely want to be part of it.
The structure for this answer is what you admire about the company, plus how it connects to your goals. For example, I have been following your company for 2 years, and I really admire your commitment to sustainable business practices. This aligns perfectly with my own values, and I would love to contribute to a team that is making a genuine difference.
Key phrases there. I have been following your company shows research and genuine interest. This aligns with means it matches, it fits perfectly. I would love to contribute shows enthusiasm and a desire to add value. Aligns with and contribute to are 2 phrases that immediately sound professional and native.
Now, let us talk about one of the most uncomfortable moments in any job interview: the salary question. What are your salary expectations? Alex, how do most people feel when they hear this question?
Terrified, completely terrified. You do not want to say too high and lose the job, but you do not want to say too low and undersell yourself. It feels like a trap no matter what you say.
And here is the first thing to know. You do not have to give a specific number immediately. It is completely acceptable to give a range or to ask a question back. The key vocabulary here is salary expectations, compensation, and package. Salary is your basic pay. Compensation is a broader word that includes your salary plus any bonuses or benefits. Package refers to everything together: salary, bonuses, holiday, pension, and any other benefits.
And here are 3 ways to answer the salary question professionally. Option 1. Give a range. Based on my research and experience, I am looking for a salary in the range of X to Y, but I am open to discussing the full compensation package. A range means you give 2 numbers, a minimum and a maximum, rather than one fixed number. This gives you flexibility and shows you have done your homework.
Option 2. Redirect the question politely. I would love to learn more about the full scope of the role before discussing specific numbers. Could you share the budgeted range for this position? This is a very professional way to find out what they are willing to pay before you commit to a number. Scope means the range or extent of something. In this case, the full responsibilities of the job.
Option 3. Be direct and confident. Based on my 5 years of experience in this field and my research into market rates, I am looking for a salary of around X. However, I am flexible and very open to discussing the overall package. I am flexible and open to discussing. These phrases show you are reasonable and collaborative, without sounding desperate or uncertain.
And one very important cultural note about salary negotiations in English. In many cultures, it is considered rude or aggressive to negotiate. But in English-speaking work culture, especially in the US and UK, negotiating your salary is completely normal and even expected. Not negotiating can actually make you look less confident. So do not be afraid to ask, is there any flexibility on the salary? Is there any flexibility is a polite and professional way to open a negotiation without sounding demanding.
And always do your research before the interview. Websites like Glassdoor, LinkedIn Salary, and Indeed all show typical salaries for specific roles in specific countries. Walking into an interview knowing the market rate for your role gives you enormous confidence. Market rate means the typical or average salary that most companies pay for a specific position. Know your market rate and know your worth.
Okay, now let's talk about something most candidates completely forget about: the end of the interview. The interviewer says, "Do you have any questions for us?" And most people say, "No, I think you covered everything." Alex, why is this such a big mistake?
Because saying no questions makes you look uninterested, like you do not really care about the job. Asking good questions at the end of an interview shows curiosity, preparation, and genuine enthusiasm. It is one of the things interviewers remember most after the meeting is over.
And here are 5 questions that always impress interviewers. Question 1. What does success look like in this role in the first 90 days? This shows you are already thinking about how to perform well. Question 2. What are the biggest challenges someone in this position typically faces? This shows you are realistic and prepared.
Question 3. How would you describe the team culture here? This shows you care about the working environment, not just the salary. Question 4. What opportunities are there for professional development? Professional development means training, learning, and growing in your career. This shows ambition and a long-term mindset.
And question 5. What do you enjoy most about working here? This is a brilliant question because it is personal. It catches the interviewer off guard in a nice way. And the answer gives you real insight into whether this is actually a good place to work. People love talking about themselves, even interviewers.
And here is a bonus tip for the question section. Never ask about salary or holiday at this stage. Those conversations come after you have been offered the job. Asking about money too early makes you look like you care more about the benefits than the role itself. Wait until they make you an offer. Then negotiate.
And one final phrase for the very end of the interview. Thank you so much for your time. I really enjoyed learning more about the role, and I am very excited about the opportunity. Simple, warm, professional. Leave the room on a high note. A high note means ending on a positive and memorable moment.
And if you want to go one step further, send a follow-up email within 24 hours of the interview. A follow-up email is a short, professional message thanking the interviewer for their time and reconfirming your interest in the role. Something like, "Dear Sarah, thank you so much for taking the time to meet with me today. I really enjoyed our conversation, and I am very excited about the opportunity to join your team. I look forward to hearing from you." Short, warm, professional. Most candidates never send one. The ones who do stand out.
Okay, listeners, let us do our full recap. Alex, you start.
Tell me about yourself. Use present, past, future structure. Currently working as, before that, looking for an opportunity to. Tell a clear narrative, a story with direction. Always end with enthusiasm for the specific role.
Talking about your strengths. Use strength plus evidence. Strong action verbs: managed, led, developed, implemented, achieved, collaborated. I was responsible for shows ownership. Always includes specific results and numbers. Credible, adaptability, transition. Powerful B2 words.
Handling weaknesses. Name a real weakness. Explain what you are doing about it. Show the progress you have made. Nerve-wracking. Something that makes you anxious. Growth mindset. The belief that you can improve. End on progress, not on the problem.
Why do you want to work here? This aligns with my values. I would love to contribute to your team. Show you have done your research. Be specific about what you admire about the company.
Salary expectations. Salary, compensation, package. Know the difference. Give a range. Redirect politely, or be direct and confident. Is there any flexibility? The polite way to negotiate. Always research the market rate before the interview. Know your worth.
Questions to ask at the end. What does success look like in the first 90 days? What are the biggest challenges in this role? How would you describe the team culture? What opportunities are there for professional development? What do you enjoy most about working here? And never ask about salary or holiday at this stage.
And always leave on a high note. Thank you so much for your time. I really enjoyed learning more about the role, and I am very excited about the opportunity. Then send a follow-up email within 24 hours.
That is so much powerful vocabulary and so many real phrases in one episode. And remember, the difference between a good candidate and a great candidate is not just experience. It is how confidently and clearly you communicate that experience in English. You now have the tools. Go use them.
And do not forget to download your free PDF study guide. The link is in the pinned comment below. It has all of today's phrases, action verbs, example answers, and a quiz. Perfect for practicing before your next interview.
And our question of the day is in the pinned comment too. We want to know, what is the most difficult interview question you have ever been asked? Tell us in the comments. We read every single one.
And if you are not yet subscribed to Daily English Buddy, hit that subscribe button right now. New episode every single day. Real English for real life situations. Make English part of your daily routine.
Thank you so much for being here today. Go practice those answers and go get that job. We believe in you. See you tomorrow.
Bye for now, everyone. And remember, next time someone asks, "Tell me about yourself," please do not say, "I like music." See you tomorrow.